Hello and welcome to Records Rebuilds. So today we're going to take it back to one of the most popular topics on this channel over the past couple years, and that is the C8 Z06. Many or most of you know that I've had a reservation in on that car for quite some time, and it's been a very long wait. Now, Corvette production doing very well in general. About a year ago when I made the prediction that they would make 40,000 Corvettes in 2023, people were really awestruck, surprised by that, called me out, did not think it could happen, and they hit 40,000 Corvettes manufactured in the 2023 model year back in May, so it's been a little while even since they've done that. But the story has not been the same for the Z06. It has been slow, it has not been moving along very well, and, well, a lot of people are frustrated, understandably so. So my order is going to get pushed from a 2023 Corvette into a 2024. I wanted to talk a little bit about what that means. There's actually a lot of difference between the cars, much more than you would expect. And then also talk a little bit of specifics just about Ciocca directly, the place where I have my reservation. And yeah, I know a lot of people from that watch this channel have already gotten a car from Ciocca because they've emailed me, they've sent me pictures, things like that. And I know a lot of people who watch this channel continue to want information about Ciocca, so hang on to the end and we'll okay, so in an effort not to mess it up, I'm just going to read straight off my list of new features for the 2024 Corvette, and including the Z06. So it's going to have a soft close frunk. We've known about that for a while, where if you don't quite close it hard enough, it's going to suck the frunk down and get that all the way closed for you. Nice, cool feature, but also following distance indicator. So an indicator on the dash that will tell you how far behind the car in front of you you're running. Forward collision alert. So it's going to tell you, if you're about to have a collision. Lane keep assist. So almost all new cars have that now, where it'll track what lane you're in. Now you can set that so that it's turned off, so it doesn't do anything. You can set it so that it warns you with an alarm bell if you start to go outside your lane, or you can set it so that it actually applies some steering input and helps kind of get you back into the right lane. There are auto high beam headlights, which were introduced like halfway through the model year, so it's not the first time you'll be seeing that, but I do actually really like those. The bright headlights, they come on their own, they turn off on their own, you're not accidentally forgetting and blinding someone. There is automatic emergency braking, which I fully support because, it's going to, if you're about to hit someone, it's going to apply the brakes for you. And then there is front pedestrian and cyclist assisted braking. So those are all features that people have said we don't really want in a Corvette for quite a long time, because they all take a little bit of control away from the driver, but they all can be disabled. But there's, systems that are going to be added into the car. So we knew that MSRP could not stay the same. And then, we found out a few weeks ago, only, depending on the trim of Z06 that you wanted, only $2,500 to $3,000 increase over previous years. That sounded amazing. I don't know if that's even enough money to cover the equipment of those additional features that we're talking about there. But just yesterday, we figured out the catch, and that is General Motors is going to be ending the $5,000 GM points reward for people who don't sell their cars for 6 months. And that is a huge bummer, because I think a lot of us were kind of figuring that was like $5,000 off MSRP. So really, the car went up in price about $7,500 to $8,000 a year, and that's an extremely tough pill to swallow for a car that I first got on a list for in November of 2021, and many people much longer than that. It's a huge bummer, and there's been a lot of things about this Z06 launch that haven't been that exciting. It's an amazing car, but one more thing to be not that excited about. It is going up in price quite a bit this year. Oh, wait, now how about that reservation? Well, I'm still continuing to be very glad that I made my reservation with Ciocca Corvette in Atlantic City, New Jersey. It's a good dealer full of good people. They answer my calls, they answer my emails. They even do a Toys for Tots fundraiser in the fall every year with the Marine Corps, where they do raffle tickets for a build your own C8 Corvette. Check that out if you haven't done that yet. It's a pretty cool deal. But the thing I've been most satisfied with is I cannot tell you how often it happens that somebody tells me about how they had a deal with a specific dealer. They were on a list. It was at MSRP. I mean, it's more common than not that somebody tells me I had a deal in place and they just screwed me. And it's really great that one of the largest Corvette dealers in the country is still sticking to their list. They're still doing cars only at MSRP, not charging any kind of a markup, and that's been really great. Me personally, I started out at number 237 on the list. I'm now down to 225. As far as like where we're at on the list, they don't give that information out at Ciocca. But if you follow the Facebook groups, number 129 is reporting that they have an allocation and that they were told there were no restrictions, so they could have ordered a Z07 package if they wanted to. I think Ciocca is still the best list to be on if you're wanting a Z07 package, because a lot of the other lists, like McMulkin, for example, there's a big backlog of people passing so that they can get the Z07 package. But it appears not much of a backlog at Ciocca. Most people at Ciocca sort of latecomers and wanting to get the car as soon as they possibly can. And I'm one of those people that's wanting to get a Z07, so it's pretty exciting to me that, you know, within the next 6 months to a year, that could be on the table for me. So continue to wait, hopefully. And I'm really excited about it. I still remain excited, but the best thing to do is just forget that you have a dog in this fight and wait for the thing to run its course. Now, this next part, I don't know anything for sure, but I think it could be value to you guys who have watched for a while. A lot of you guys are interested in the E-Ray. A lot of you have sent me pictures of your Z06s that you've received already from Ciocca, that you made those orders because of what we put on this website about, you know, the best way to still get a C8 Z06. We're going to try to do something similar with the E-Ray. Now, I don't know when Ciocca will be coming up with a policy about the E-Ray. I do know that they don't have an E-Ray list. So there's no orders already in place for the E-Ray for Ciocca, one of the largest dealers out there. Stay tuned to this channel. We expect that today or tomorrow, you know, on Thursday, Friday, we expect that the 2024 order banks will open. That doesn't mean that the E-Ray will immediately be available for ordering, but it could mean that. And if that's the case, Ciocca is going to need to come up with a way to organize their orders ASAP. Again, I've got no information about that whatsoever. All I know is they don't have a list for sure. But I would think that they're going to be coming up with a way to organize a list sometime soon. And I promise you, if you stick with this channel here, hit the subscribe button, we're going to cover that in detail. How you go about sending the deposit, what the process is going to be. It may be entirely different than it was for the Z06. If it is at all similar to the Z06, we're going to sort of analyze what a lot of you have told us about what you did, what bank you used to make a deposit, how that worked out for you. And we're going to come up with a whole episode that's sort of about the best way to get on the list for the E-Ray at Ciocca in the best way possible. Again, no details yet, so as soon as that information is published, I'll formulate a plan and try to get a video out within 24 hours or so to explain to you guys the best thing to do to get an E-Ray, just like we did with the best thing to do to get a Z06. And yeah, that's it for this Z06 update. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll talk to you next time.